Good evening. I am live again. Long time no see. Wow, things have been rocking and rolling over here in Corpus Christi, Texas, and Houston, Texas. We are still getting a large influx of out of state buyers and even people moving from different parts of Texas coming to Houston area, surrounding areas, and Corpus Christi. Today, I wanted to take a moment because I've been meditating on this subject, and um, one of the things I tell my clients, I am always searching for ways to improve as a human being and as a real estate agent in order to just do better. Okay. And one of the mottos my husband and I have is obsessed with excellence, serving you with passion and professionalism. Okay. And we really mean it. We really want to be excellent. We really want to do everything we can to make sure we properly inform you, properly prepare you, and properly protect you. Okay, whether you're local or not, there's just a lot to consider when you are buying or selling a home or real estate for that matter, whether it's land or multifamily. Okay, there's a lot of moving parts. And recently I had a listing that sold within a few days, and it turned out the buyers were acquainted with and knew the sellers, and so we went under contract, and so there wasn't really the opportunity to have very many showings while it was actively on the market. And there's some communication delays with me and my client, and they created a lot of frustration. And I don't know if I'd say he's angry, but frustration and annoyance with me. And, I had to step back and try to understand what was being said. And so basically what I realized was, he's seeing a discrepancy between, obsessed with excellence and a delay in communication, and as not living up to my motto and not providing the service that I proclaim to provide. And it's someone I had worked with before, actually, in purchasing a property, and now I'm listing a property. And so I think what that made me think about is, how do I avoid, number one, making mistakes, or in this case, a delayed response in something, okay, a delayed response in an email, and that I had not seen. What did I learn? I learned that, number one, pay close attention to your emails, because the one that we were talking about wasn't time sensitive per se, but it was something we were waiting on in order to get some repairs done. And so it was maybe 2 or 3 days later when I got it. And I realized, I need to slow down and make sure I don't miss anything. Number two, learn how to communicate potentially better depending on the person I'm working with, and understanding the expectations. And in addition to that, it was interesting. We talked about open houses in our market. Unless you do like an open house on that first day in a very popular area, and that's how you plan it. You put the house on the market, let's say on a Saturday, okay? And you don't let any showings until Saturday, go in before Saturday, okay? So that all the people come on Saturday, and you plan to have an offer on that day. That's what a lot of real estate agents have been doing, at least that I've seen lately, is they will list the property and say no showings until the open house on Saturday or Sunday, okay? But that's because the real estate agents and their buyers are coming to look at it at that time. It's not that some random person's going to come along and buy a $300,000, $600,000, $900,000 home. Okay, it's just because that's the first opportunity they can get in. Open houses, for the most part, in our industry at this point, don't necessarily sell your home unless the agent sends their buyer or the agent comes with their buyer. They are a tactic in which real estate agents try to pick up new buyer clients and potentially new listings in the neighborhood. Okay, it's like a show to make everybody say, "Hey, look at how cool you are!" Right? It's not selling your home, but you look cool. Okay, you give some food. If people, I don't mind doing that, and I don't mind having brokers opens. I like to feed the real estate agents and the agents and have a walkthrough for feedback. But just to feed the random public because they want to look through your house that they can't afford and eat food, and they're motivated to just eat some free food and walk through your house, and they're not even qualified or anything. I don't like the thought of people walking through my house that aren't capable of buying it. So when you do open houses, different real estate agents have different ways to perform them, okay? And it's up to them. They can put out signs days ahead. They can put out signs minutes ahead. The signs are just really directionals to help those who are actually looking for it come, and maybe some people that might be driving through the area and are curious. It's not something to worry about, the open house situation. Okay, in my case, what I realized is I had a real estate agent who was doing an open house on one of my listings, and it was perceived that they were not making enough effort. And I explained that we all do it differently. Some, do this, some do that, some do this. And the point that I finally understood that was trying to be made was, well, if they're at your listing, then you should make sure they do an open house like this, that, and the other. Once again, that open house doesn't sell the house. And it wasn't really anything that was conducive to anything other than maybe we get some feedback. But it was more about, I started to understand that what was being said was, Jackie, you need to be excellent. You need to live up to your motto and communicate and go above and beyond, which we do. But in this case, because it was already sold within a day or so, there wasn't much more I could do. Why am I making this? I'm kind of sharing with you my struggles, but what I realized too is it was a reminder that sometimes you're just not for everybody, whether it's in your job, in your workplace. For me, it's a real estate agent. My personality, I'm just not for everybody. Some people just can't stand me, and that's okay. You don't have to stay with me. And, I'm much more concerned with my relationship and maintaining a good relationship with my clients than I am locking them into a listing agreement or a buyer representation agreement. I said, sometimes, if someone doesn't want to stay in a listing agreement and they're dissatisfied with you, then I would say, well, best not to get married and continue down that road if we can just break up now and be friends, So I think it's important for you to either trust your real estate agent, and you know what, no real estate agent is perfect. I'm certainly not perfect. And that doesn't mean that we excuse ourselves when we fall short. Okay, it just means that every once in a while, especially in this market, when you have a lot of moving parts and a lot of chaos on several deals, and there's a lot of fires, sometimes you might be a little slower. You might not be quite as responsive as you normally are. And you might fall short here and there every once in a while, and we got to own it, and we got to step back up and get back to playing the game as well as we can, right? So thing is, don't expect people to be perfect. If they have an excellent heart, an honest heart, a hardworking heart, they do anything to make sure you are taken care of, that they would protect you. They might trip up here and there, maybe once in a while or whatever. Understand that that's not the norm for them. Okay. And it's got to ask ourselves if we messed up because we were busy or something happened and it was just a mistake. And, ideally it wasn't costly. This one was not costly. This was not a mistake like, oh, I messed something up. It was more about just getting an updated picture thing. So all that to be said, I am here. I am working hard, and my husband's working hard, and we are really making every effort to make sure when we're listing your property, we are getting the proper media, the pictures, the drones, the videos. Some places do not allow drones to fly. You have to get a permit. You have to get permission. And if you fly without permission, you could be in big trouble. get the video walkthroughs, add them onto different websites in addition to the MLS, and share them on social media. Even though I've yet to have one come to me from social media, it never hurts, right? It never hurts. I'll do paid promotions and different things for homes for sale. And, just work together, be a team, okay? Sometimes a team member might, trip and fumble the ball or whatever, but, we got to help each other get back on track so that we can succeed together, okay? So we can be excellent, but it doesn't mean we're necessarily perfect, okay? And if we're falling short for some reason and there's communication and grace, then that means you're helping me be a better real estate agent. So as much as it hurts my heart to think that my clients could be frustrated or even angry, I just go, well, this is my opportunity to get better. That hurt, but if that's what I need to realize where I need to improve, then I'll take the pain and I'll get better, So we're here for you. We will, like I said, we're in the Corpus Christi area, that's about a 2-hour circumference. And then we're in the Houston area, same thing, about 2 hours, And just a little bit of my background was I was trained on the entire island of Oahu. So understanding real estate and is number one. Understanding real estate, understanding the market, understanding how to know the market, understanding the different locations, whether they flood, whether they don't flood, the schools, the neighbors, the trees, the no trees, what's close by, all that stuff can be learned very quickly. It's the experience and the character is what you just can't get. You just can't get that without experience and character. So anyway, we hope to help you and hope to hear from you soon. Have a great night. Bye.